Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the History of Humanity series. If you haven't seen the first one, please check it out, link in the description. So let's dive in. As humanity kept growing, the outer and inner colonies began to question the actions of the UNSC. As the rebellion began to rise, the UNSC increasingly stepped in, causing further unrest that was leading towards a civil war. ONI, growing weary of the unrest, founded the Orion Project, a precursor to the Spartan 1 program. The Orion Project, unfortunately, failed and was disbanded. In 2461, Gerald Mulkey Ander was born and would go on to form the secessionist movement, which encouraged colonies to break away from the UNSC. This led to an increase in rebellion, which caused ONI to relaunch the Orion Project, which conscripted 165 Special Forces personnel. I'm going to take a quick diversion from the Orion Project to talk about a few other important events that led up to significant Spartan 1 action. In 2491, a paper called The Carver Findings was published, suggesting that if the rebellions didn't end, then all of human civilization would collapse. ONI listened and was finally pushed over the edge when armed rebels launched a successful rebellion, which resulted in several successful political assassinations and even capture of battleships. This led to UNSC intervention, which resulted in ultimately UNSC victory, but resulted in the loss of 4 destroyers. This was a costly victory, as the rebels were even able to escape and were able to continue operating in secret. The battle in space was costly, however, Operation Charlemagne was the first time Spartans were deployed, and it was rather successful, as there were only 1 casualty. Despite their success, they were still far from perfect and much too costly to produce. Colonel Robert Watts, the head of the rebellion, was still at large too, and a burning flame for the future rebel groups. With rebel groups on the rise, the UNSC had to launch another campaign called Trebuchet, which resulted in dozens of bombings, which only created more hatred for the UNSC. In 1502, the UNSC launched Operation Kaleidoscope, an operation to effectively pacify most rebel groups. This operation resulted in the assassination of Gerald Mulkey Ander, the head of the secessionist movement, and he was killed by none other than Sergeant Johnson. The assassination effectively neutralized all rebel groups and restored peace to humanity, just for them to be attacked with a Covenant 23 years later. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, please let me know down in the comments below what I can do better. And also, please make sure to subscribe for future content like this, as I will definitely be making more videos on the lore of the events I covered today. And like usual, guys, stay crazy.